Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of the Kitbash Kitchen. My name is Bruce and we're filming today from my newly renovated kitchen, a project that's only been a year and a half in the making due to both COVID and the supply chain crisis. Today we're going to baptize our kitchen by looking at another culinary staple item from Germany known as Krauter Quark, which can be best thought as an herbal cream cheese. It isn't really a cream cheese. It lives somewhere between sour cream and ricotta cheese on your dairy spectrum, so it's a little pastier than cream cheese, but we'll run with that analogy. The term Krauter refers to the fact that it's infused with herbs. So Krauter Quark is going to be, for our purposes here, a herbal cream cheese. It is often served alongside or on top of boiled potatoes in Europe, not unlike the way we put sour cream and chives on a baked potato here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a hearty Kitbash spin on this concept, take it to a whole new level, and we're going to create a medley of herbs, cheese, with some vegetables and spices, and put that on potatoes so that the entire meal eats like a stew. For our version, we're going to start with cottage cheese as our base. So effectively, we're going to be making Krauter Cottage cheese, or as it's affectionately known in my family as that cottage cheese concoction we make. Say that 3 times really fast. So without further ado, let's take a look at the ingredients we need to put this meal together.
Okay, our Krauter Cottage cheese starts with cottage cheese, a 24-ounce tub of 4% milk fat version. If you can get it, this happens to be a 1% version. To that, we are going to add a 1/4 cup of milk, a 1/4 cup of sour cream, and a splash of lemon juice to blend the flavors. Next, we'll be adding in our herbs. We'll be adding in a healthy serving of dill and then parsley. Moving on to our vegetables, we will be using celery, green onion, a handful of radishes, 4 cloves of garlic, and a couple of sweet bell peppers that I picked for their color. And then moving on to spices, we will be using a healthy dose of black pepper, some salt, and some paprika. Lastly, the potatoes will be using our Yukon Golds. Any medium-sized potato will do. However, Yukon Golds lend themselves to this recipe quite well. Okay, next we're going to move on to mincing our vegetables. I've picked celery here so that we could demonstrate the target size we're shooting for. Now, I do realize that many of you, mere dozens of you in fact, could sit back and enjoy my world-famous cutting skills all afternoon long. But in the interest of time, I'm just going to stick with chopping up the celery here on the video. And once we're done, we're going to place all of these into a mixing bowl along with the other vegetables that we're about to cut up. So to that, we will add our bell peppers, our radishes, our garlic, green onions, parsley, and dill. Okay, it's now time to add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. We'll start with our 24-ounce tub of 4% milk fat cottage cheese. To that, we will add approximately a 1/4 cup of milk, and then to that, we will add approximately a 1/4 cup of sour cream. And then we'll give it a mix and see what we have for a consistency. Keeping in mind that if we've cut up a few too many vegetables, that we may have to add some more liquid if it's a little pasty. In our case, it's looking pretty good, but probably could use a little bit more liquid. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk here. And it looks like that'll do the trick. And then we will start the seasoning. We'll start by adding a splash of lemon juice so we can aid in the combination of the flavors, followed by some salt and some pepper and some paprika. Keeping in mind that since we're going to dilute this mixture about 50% with potatoes, that you're going to want to over-season it a little bit. Okay, we'll give that one final mix, and that looks pretty good. So now your mixture is ready for the refrigerator until your potatoes are ready. I have some potatoes boiling on the stove behind me, so we'll just put this in the fridge and we'll be right back to serve it up when the potatoes are done. Okay, now that our potatoes have finished boiling, it's time to serve our meal. So we take 2 potatoes per serving and add them to our bowl. Wrestling with the second one is optional. To that, we will add 2 to 3 scoops of our Krauter Cottage cheese. And now you simply take your fork, squash the potatoes, mix, and eat it like a stew. So suppose you're wondering what to do if you run out of potatoes before Krauter Cottage cheese. Well, have no fear. We have a solution for that. You simply get yourself a piece of hearty wheat toast, such as this, butter it, and then we add on top some more of our Krauter Cottage cheese. Spread it out evenly here. And then we simply re-season it a little with some salt, some pepper, and some additional paprika. And it makes a great in-between meals snack. There you go. 2 applications of Krauter Cottage cheese.
So that's it for today's episode. If you like the recipe you saw here today, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or interest in the kitchen redesign, products used, etc., leave me a comment in the comment section of the website. I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. So until next time, keep kitbashing in your kitchen.